You. It's Dar. Peace, love. Subject today, you. You are a divine, powerful, loved being with the capability of being and doing and having anything you want in the world. Okay, Dar, if that's true, how come I don't have what I want? Well, it's really simple. It's because you're creating from your world, and that world that you're creating from is probably mostly negative because most of us are negative, sadly. We've all been through those periods of time when we're negative. And because we're negative at times, for example, growing up, you're told money doesn't grow on trees. You're told, well, you got to work really hard till you're dead to make a penny. Um, you're told, well, that's not possible. You can't become a star. You can't become a singer songwriter or something that somebody thinks is too far out of the realm. It's not possible. You can't be an actor, an actress. You can't be an astronaut if you want to be. You could be whatever the hell you want to be. The problem is if you're stuck swimming in all that negative stuff in your mind and in your heart and in your soul, that's all you're going to manifest. Because everything that appears before you in your life has come from your thoughts. It comes from what you have manifested before you. So I won't even use you as an example. I'll use me as an example, okay? I can think of times when I would sit and just let things mull over in my mind about something happening, and I'll be damned if it didn't happen not too long after that. I created it. I created it. I didn't get that initially. I thought, well, what the hell? Do I always have bad luck, or I can't get what others have, and I'll never be able to do this, that, and the other? That's a bunch of crap. I can, as well as you, can be, do, and have anything we want. But we have to learn how to take that negative, send it away, and let the positive flow inside of our minds, our hearts, and our souls. Okay, how do you do that? Well, you start by getting quiet. And I know it's not easy because our brains are going a mile a friggin' minute every day. So I'm not saying, for an hour, though there are some people who will get quiet and meditate for a full hour. Start really small. I had to start literally with only meditating for like 2 minutes, and I would set a timer. Because if I went longer, I would have all these thoughts coming into my mind about paying bills or what I had to do for my house. And I didn't have the attention span to sit still. Now I do. Now I can meditate, and I can stay in meditation for a good 25 minutes, 30 minutes, if it's a really good one. You can do the same. What's the point of the meditation? Okay, meditation, like prayer, and they're both similar. They're both really kind of the same thing. But you sit in a space, you get quiet, okay, and you just focus on your breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. When you do that, you kind of sit there in that space and try to just have a blank slate in your mind. Now, things are going to come up. So your best way to deal with that is to say, okay, I see that thought. I hear it. I know it's there. I'm going to just let it go. And then eventually you'll train yourself to let go of the negative thoughts and replace them with positive thoughts. It takes time to do that. But as long as it took for you to get negative, it's probably going to be as long for you to get positive. And that's okay. It's going to take a little bit of time, but you certainly can do it. You just have to give yourself a chance. I want to give you an example of what I mean about you creating. Have you ever been maybe out in the supermarket and somebody pops in your head? A friend, family member, somebody you went to high school with, and all of a sudden you turn the corner and there they are in the store. And you're like, oh my God, I was just thinking of you. Or the phone. I know we've all had this with the phone. We'll be thinking of somebody, and they literally call us like a couple minutes later, and we're like, I was just thinking of you. That's manifestation. That's a quick manifestation. And the reason it's so quick is because when you're saying to yourself, oh, I haven't seen that person in a while, you're not saying anything else to contradict that. So that's what you need to do in your everyday life with all your everyday situations. Allow yourself to be positive and flow good feelings and thoughts into your mind and your soul. And then you watch how that takes over. Now, don't go and throw some negative in there, because once you throw that negative in there, you're going to have to start again with the positive. Or recognize, actually. Recognizing is a good thing. If you realize it's negative, catch it really fast. And I can do that now. If something negative is coming into my sight, I'm like, wait a second. I don't want that. That's making me feel sad. I don't like that. And I can always tell by my feelings what it is that I'm thinking. So I'll stop myself and go, oh, I don't want that. No thanks. I'd rather have something positive. Let me think of something that's going to make me feel good. Now, if you're the type of person that you can't switch gears that easily, then go turn on some music that you know you really like and it makes you happy. Or go do something that you enjoy doing, whether it's crafts, watching a good movie, maybe calling a friend, but do something positive because negativity is a very strong force. It does nothing for you but draw more negativity. So if you're always finding yourself talking about the bad things in life and how bad you have it or somebody else has it and it's never going to change, you're manifesting that. So you're always going to be correct. It's not ever going to change. And it's going to keep reappearing and you're going to keep affirming it and then it keeps reappearing and then you're going to keep affirming it. And it's just a circle, this cycle that just goes on and on. Well, you can do the same thing with positive words and thoughts and feelings, but you have to start to do that on the regular and make sure that you leave out the negative. I know it takes time. It's not like you're all of a sudden going to be able to do it in one day, but you can do it. And what we as humans don't understand is there's more than just this body. Okay? If you've listened to any NDE story, which is a near death experience, and I have listened to hundreds of them, I have researched hundreds of them, and the bulk of them say that when they leave their body, they are then sent to this powerful source where they feel love emanating throughout their whole body. And they can even see the human body that they were just in laying there. So that tells you something right there, that we don't disappear once we die from this body. We go back to source. So that being said, while you are here, you can tap into all the power that you have. And you do that through meditation, through thought. Sit down and think about something you really want, something you'd really love to have. Doesn't matter what it is. And see it in your mind's eye. And if you can see it here, you can hold it here. And it will manifest itself. But if you're throwing contradictions in between there saying, oh, that's not ever going to happen, why am I doing this stupid meditation? Well, then you're going to have to start again. Because the negativity is going to wipe out the positive, just like the positive wipes out the negative. You have to make a choice to be positive throughout everything in your life. And then you'll be like, wow, okay, that does make a difference. I need to be more positive. You're not just this human body. There's just no way. And that's why there's been more UFO sightings of recent. What does that have to do with it? Because they are higher beings. They are very intelligent higher beings. When you can fly an orb around and it disappears, okay, you're dealing with a higher spirit, a higher being. And they mean no harm to anybody, this I know. But I will tell you this, there's more than just us. Okay? So there are what we term aliens. I don't know if we should even be calling them that, but because it's foreign to us, that's what we call them. I'm sure there's many of them that are loving, caring beings. And there's all kinds of entities or beings or spiritual entities that we're not sure what they might be, but many of them are positive. This I know for sure. Are there negative entities? Yes, of course. And if you're a negative person, you can easily draw negative entities to you. But at that same token, you can also get rid of negative entities by bringing in the positive with prayer and or meditation. So it's important for you to understand that you are a powerhouse. I am a powerhouse. We just have to recognize that and accept the fact that we are capable of creating in our lives. As soon as we accept that fact, then we can start to create on purpose. Instead of creating by default, not paying attention to what we're doing, and all of a sudden something appears that we didn't want, and we're like, where did that come from? I would never want that. Well, you must have been somehow thinking about that at some point in time. It may not be something you can really rectify at that moment, but at some point you were thinking negative. And it maybe didn't come out exactly the way you were thinking it would, but negative is negative. So that being said, try to be more positive in your life. And you'll see a change within a couple of days when you're more positive. You'll draw more positive people to you, more positive situations. I know at times it can seem crazy, and you might even feel lonely at times, but I promise you that you're loved. Not only do I love you, but the higher source loves you. And the higher source does exist. No matter what you want to call it, the higher source is there for all of us. And it's pure love that runs through everything. So just know that you are loved, and that maybe you should start meditating or praying. Just sitting still for a couple minutes a day. I bet you'll feel better when you've done it for about a couple days straight. Tell me how it works out for you. Peace out.